the stock market, meaning companies, new highs.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. They're nuts. They know nothing.
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
Welcome, my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania. The no bullshit approach to all financial markets, from Bitcoin and darknets to political betting. And of course, right here, our focus, the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. I'm your host, Brian Micon, financial genius, Bitcoin class of 2011, and a poker player. Joining me, my fellow degens, Brett Ritchie and Matt Glantz. Glantz traded options on the Philly Exchange back in the day. And Brett is the head of BlitzPick, coming to a blockchain near you. Tony, the producer, puts this whole thing together, and this is Market Mania. Yeah. Tony, we're getting right into it today. Another crazy day in the markets. Glantz, what do you got for me?
Today, S&P and NASDAQ are kind of unchanged. Bitcoin's flying up $1,000, cool $1,000 a coin today. My fund is down 1% today. We lost a little bit on the Plug. Plug is one of those EV car plays that had a stock offering, so it's down like 8% today. So we're taking a little beating in that one. Pretty much it's quite quiet over here. Things are kind of petering out. What's going on over there in the Robinhood world, Brett?
Robinhood world is pretty good overall, but it is great for me. Overstock is up a ton today, and I'm all in on Overstock, so that's really good. Also, Jumia, my pick of the day yesterday, has been absolutely flying. Shout out to Betsy down in Maysville, Kentucky. And anyone else that wants to have their portfolio on the show, hit us up.
Nice.
Very nice, Betsy. Big shout to the state of Kentucky, all watching Market Mania today. Now, the big story in the markets today, Tesla added to the S&P 500. Face shot to the brain. Every Vanguard head has to own it now. I mean, Matt, what's going on here?
I don't know. Let's go with Brett with this one first.
Brett,
yeah,
what's going on here?
Basically, this has been one of the main drivers for Tesla over the last, I don't even know how many years. It's been a while. When is it going to be added to the S&P 500? Was almost like the rallying call for Tesla, similar to Wen Moon for the Bitcoin crowd. And the day is finally here. In my opinion, it took a little bit too long. I think that there's a bit of bias maybe against the growth stock portfolio aspect of Tesla. But it deserves to be in the S&P 500. Say whatever you want about it. It should be in there. And I think it's just sort of like politics for it not to be. The question now, which we're going to get to with Matt, is what else is there for Tesla? Right now, they've pretty much hit most of their benchmarks, if not all of the main ones that people said, wait till this happens. And then Tesla's going to the moon. Here we are. Elon is on the cover of our show in a Tesla on the moon with Bitcoin. Matt, what do you see next for Tesla?
So to me, this is the last catalyst. This is the last big news event that we were expecting this year. I don't see anything coming up anytime soon. So first we had this split announcement. Then we had earnings. Then we had the battery day. That was a big thing where the stock went up and then back down after kind of a lackluster battery day. And now we finally got the split everyone's been waiting for. So like basically it's one of those situations where all the big news, all the good news is out. So it's going to take some time, but I think Tesla's going to consolidate probably under 400 in the next couple months, even though it's getting added in about 5 weeks to the S&P. There's a lot of funds S&P funds that will have to include Tesla in their portfolios, but there's also other funds that have been positioned for this to be selling to those guys. And it's a big game out there. So I think once this all clears out, Tesla could underperform the market. I think we're going to see a long period of consolidation now until there's some kind of catalyst in the middle of 2021.
And you're short now, Tesla, right?
I'm short a little bit. I sold after the close last night on the announcement at 449. It's 445 now, so it hasn't really moved much from where I sold it. It went up to like the 460s, down to the 430s, but back right to where I sold it. So I'm going to be shorter for a little bit, not a huge amount, but the fund needs to be short these situations so I can keep selling puts and be short stock at the same time.
I'm on the record saying I like that 420 level as a support for Tesla. I would be wary being short Tesla below that. Obviously, I could be wrong, but to me, that just seems like its natural floor. People like it there. If it's higher than that, you're taking some risk. If it's lower than that, I think there's upside in it getting back to 420.
Elon might hack physics tomorrow at any given point. You just never know with that one.
Yeah,
Moving
and he's also
along.
a great marketer. You never know what he's got up his sleeve if he thinks the momentum stalls out too.
Moving right along to our third Tesla topic in a row, ladies and gentlemen, that's a Market Mania record, the Supercharger woes. And who? Oh, look at that. It's Tony the producer.
Look at that.
Let us in with a
Look at
zero
that.
hedge article. Locked and loaded with ammunition and a zero hedge article. Tell us what's going on here, Tony.
Well, from my position up in orbit right above Wall Street, I can actually see Australia from here. I know it defies logic, but I can. And from what I can see, they are a little pissed about the fact that these superchargers are starting to cost more than actually filling a car with gas. Part of the problem is, of course, COVID hit and drove the cost of fuel way down. Part of the problem is lithium is becoming, it's not necessarily a steady resource, and setting these in a place like Australia isn't easy, these superchargers. So all of that is a headwind for Tesla. And the other problem is anytime you make an EV car, you also drive down the demand for fuel, so you create your own headwind doing that. I mean, Matt, you were just talking about how they might not have a lot more wins to look forward to. Is this another thing to add to the headwind?
I don't know, because this is more of an industry issue and not necessarily a Tesla issue. They're in front of the entire industry when it comes to technology, so I'm not sure if this is a headwind for them, but I think it's more, for me, it's just a lack of any tailwinds. There's a lack of anything exciting coming up in the next 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, and I keep waiting for the day that I want to buy one, but by the time I can afford one, there's probably going to be some sweet new Neo out there that I want to get. What do you think, Brett?
Yeah, I mean, as Matt says, this reflects more on the whole industry, but this is an industry that's been flying in the stock market, as we've seen. So if this is a big problem for the whole industry, that's not necessarily a good thing, and that could affect Tesla's stock price as well. I don't know. I mean, I feel like, again, I'm just going to be like the Robin Hood Wall Street bets guy. If it's below 420, I like it. If it's higher than that, it's up to you. I think that's the right price.
420 is your number. I can dig that. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. You have a good show.
Thanks, Tony. Bye. BTC is flying today, up 1,000 in the last 24 or so, cresting over 17,700, levels not seen since the 2017 crazy time. Alex Weiss, I don't know if you guys have seen this one. There's some big dick energy just flowing out of this Twitter account the last couple of days here. I mean, really, ever since this is the guy that also binked off the millie on the, betting on Trump and selling at the top there. Did you exit Ape Season? He's called Ape Season, ladies and gentlemen.
He's making hoodies. I want one of those hoodies when they come out.
Is he really making?
Yeah,
hoodies?
he's already got a designer on the
true?
Ape Season hoodie.
I don't even know how he's making a different font on Twitter. I don't know how any of this is happening, but the man opened, I think it was a $45 million dollar notional Bitcoin long 4 days ago at 16K or something. I mean, Brett Ritchie, the fuck is going on? What the fuck did
it's Ape Season, man. I've noticed
it really is.
A few of the big Twitter traders that we know from the poker world have posted recently some really bullish things, both Timex and Alex Weiss. Obviously, people talking their book on Twitter doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot, and they're wrong often, but this time they're dead right. Bitcoin has been flying. It doesn't really show any signs of slowing down. Like into this kind of momentum, we've seen Bitcoin just go on these tears. It would be very...
Tony, can you click on that Alex Weiss and just kind of scroll down the last 3 tweets there? Because he posted, what was it? Do we have that yesterday where he posted? Yeah, scroll down there. He's got he was up Brett.
Yeah.
Have you seen a did you see that one up there? He's up 1.7 million.
Yeah, in a day. So he's crushing it on the daily profit. Yeah, again, it would be an ambitious short here. It's like, how far do you want to ride the wave? A lot of people got burned hopping on at these levels back in late 2017, early 2018. And as we'll go, if we can go to this other chart here, Bitcoin historically, buying it after these big corrections has been a can you click that to make that whole thing pop up? I mean, there have been some, like 2014 and 2018 were the two big drops, and then buying it after those years has been essentially one of the best trades you can make. So, I mean, obviously, if you're in there in the early years, you're in Antigua, but these are some ridiculous gains even after it went fairly mainstream in 2014 range, and then certainly even post that big crash in 2018, it's come way back.
I mean, there's guys, if you bought the tip,
quick guys, and point out right underneath that somebody posted that they put Bitcoin up against bond yields, and Bitcoin's beating all of these nations and their negative yielding bonds. That just slays me. So that's all I had. Anyway, have fun.
Thank you for that. I do love that chart right there. Negative yield. What the hell is going on, Brett? It's really happening. It's really happening.
Ron Paul, baby.
It's really happening.
Politician. All right, so everyone, we know about Bitcoin, but there's obviously a whole bunch of other stuff going on in crypto. Mycom, what do you got for us over in the Uniswap world?
This is batshit also. So if anybody really is dialed into crypto, then you know that Uniswap, they announced their Uni token, so you could jump in on the ETH DAI pool or the ETH USDC pool or a couple other ones, and then you would add your liquidity to the pool, and just like Matt Glantz knows, then you would take those liquidity tokens and then stake them and earn yourself a little bit of Uni every week. And so those rewards just ended. Uni's the governance token. Everybody knows that. Those rewards just ended yesterday. And then we saw a bunch of people ape out. Okay? They aped out of Uniswap. You saw about...
Selling, Mortimer. Well, that's ridiculous.
And you see, it was like, I don't know, cresting towards 3 billion locked up in that ETH contract called Uniswap. And I think, what does it say, Brett? Like about $1.5 billion, about half? So $1.2 billion right now. What do we call it? Like about
1.8, yeah, over $1 billion out.
So they just LOL'd 1 billion out. Everybody cashed out and collected their Uniswap tokens for free that they got by staking. And there's that huge candle of volume is hilarious too, right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, so, you know, the behemoth that is Uniswap just, you know, took like what probably could have been like a, you know, predicted haircut. When the unis stop flowing, you know, everyone's going to unstake, collect the unis, maybe sell some, you know, whatever, readjust around, you know, and that's just
this actually could be part of the Bitcoin run, because you have people pulling it out of Uniswap, and Uniswap's on Ethereum, so you can't buy Bitcoin on Uniswap, but now you have those coins that you don't need for Uniswap anymore, and you can just turn them into Bitcoin. But that's at least some of it.
The third or fourth biggest token on Uniswap is wrapped Bitcoin, by the way. So
yeah, but it's still not the same thing.
It's definitely not the same thing.
It's an Ethereum token representing Bitcoin. Okay, buyer beware on that.
And that is well said. That is incredibly well said, Brett, because that is what it is. And you actually have to KYC in and out of wrapped Bitcoin. But then once somebody does that, then you trade them around. But you brought up one more thing to close this topic, was that tweet. That was, I think, the biggest guy that aped out. I mean, or I don't know if it's the biggest guy, but like, Tony, if you can pull that up, look at this. Click that Etherscan, because this is just bananas. Mike McDonald, Timex, shout for finding this one too. What does he do all day? He's got a research team or something? I guess so. And now take a look at this. I think he moved half of each since then.
Yeah, he had like 250 million in there yesterday.
Well, but look at the token value too. He had $500 million in there, which is now down to $250 million. So it looks like someone just took something off the table, Brett.
Well, if you scroll down, he fired some back into Uniswap, and he also fired over into SushiSwap. Those addresses, I don't know if you can see on this screen, but a lot of those are Uniswap and SushiSwap addresses.
And you can dig through that address if you want to feel poor. And you could stare at that all day long, wishing you had that private key if that's how you want to spend your day. But I know Matt Glantz will not be on Etherscan later today. Almost certainly
He's
not.
in the regular big boy markets. Speaking of that, I'm curious to know what he's got on picks of the day. So,
Well,
Everybody stack them, stack them to the top.
okay, safety glasses on, and this is not investment advice. Of course, you need to do your own research. Please. And Mac Lance, let's throw it right to you for your pick of the day.
I feel like the market's going to come in a little bit for big monthly options expiration on Friday. So I'm short the Qs, 293.5 right now. I'm going to be short them through the week, probably till Monday.
All right, Brett Ritchie, over to you, Robinhood specialist. What's the pick of the day?
I'm over in the crypto world today. I'm going long on XMR Monero. Historically, not XRP, XMR Monero. Historically, when Bitcoin goes on these tears, people will go take their gains into other coins. I think Monero is really well positioned as the privacy coin where you can actually have some privacy when using it, as opposed to Bitcoin, which is just a complete public ledger. So I like Monero in this spot.
That is a great pick. I love to see it. True privacy in that crypto. And I'm also going to stick with you on the crypto and just go with good old Bitcoin. If you think this thing isn't going to blow through all-time highs right now, it's ape season. There's the memes are coming back. It just feels, it's not quite like 17, but it feels kind of like 17. I just can't see this thing not blowing through all-time highs. Do your own research. This is not investment advice, but I mean, just if I had to guess, it just looks like it's going to whoop. So that's your pick of the day for Bitcoin. And that is going to do it for yet one more Market Mania. We do it for the fans. A lot of people ask us who we do it for, do it for the Jane Fondas, Michelle Obamas, and that's who we do it for. So when you're outside and you're walking around, and you're thinking, well, when's the election over? Are they going to grade my bets yet or what? Take a little bit of calm from a very small, little-known song by Charlie Heat and Ant Beal called Sunshine. And it goes something like this. Fuck the one time, fuck a job, fuck a lunch line. Fuck a fake friend, plotting, scheming, trying to take mine. Like and subscribe us on YouTube and follow us on the Market Mania Show. No, just Market Mania Show on Twitter. We'll see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold or a domino, out of control. The usual. Get mad cause I'm looking at your girl. Switch it up. I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard, got the word that the world wasn't turning.